Okay, so this week's Total Divas. Brie mode went across the pond with Paige as essentially the person who helps spur on Brie mode. Yeah, so every time they blare Brie mode, I'm just gonna picture Brie trying to pour a drink into a champagne glass, dumping it on her arm, and throwing up all over her sister. Brie mode! With Iggy being like, you just threw up on my boobs. And her like cleaning out like vomit, like just vibrant crimson vomit. I'm like, yep. And Alicia Fox apparently dated Wade Barrett for quite some time. And never got true resolution. Like, she was getting violently ill from it. So she spent time with Rosa. Rosa was like, you need to find a great guy and just move on. So Rosa gave her relationship advice. And Alicia was like, yo, Rosa, no. You should take your own advice. Try to find yourself a decent man as well. But later, a little bit of coddling from Paige. She confronted Wade, and she was like, you know, why did we break up? And he was like, I didn't see myself spend the rest of my life with you. I mean, and he came off as cool as the other side of the pillow. Just, and he's like, you're a great girl, you're real, you're fantastic, you're beautiful. It just wasn't, you know, I didn't see us being together forever. And I was like, wow. Seems like a really cool guy. And I was like, so are we okay now? I don't want you to feel bad coming to work. And I was like, man. Big difference from the friend, I've got some bad news. Just super real and super cool. I'm like, man, it's gonna be the coolest place to work out. Except for all the backstabbing, but man, it's pretty cool. Alright. And Natalie dealing with Jim the Anvil. There are only really 3 people who are out of professional wrestling. The ones who made all the money and are happy. The ones who made decent money, threw it all away, are addicts. The ones who made decent money made it to the very, very top, so they have really great name recognition, who constantly get back in the ring because the ring is their addiction. Those are your 3 guys, unless you also include Dead. But I don't want to include Dead because that's really morbid. You know, Jim the Anvil, he didn't save all his money. He was a good hand. I would never say he was like a Flair or a Piper. And once you're at the very top, and you're one of the most important people, it's a harder transition to being regular. It's rough. You hear the same thing with Scott Hall, Jake the Snake Roberts. There's a lot of names where they had great recognition. You would never say they were like, you know, the top guys of an era. But they're definitely in the pantheon of names you recall. And he's got an addiction problem. And Natty's like, you know, I have to do this to save his life. It's going to be horrible. It's going to be rough. He's going to hate me for it. So they end up doing a small intervention towards the very end. Handled well. Worked great. Natty's dealing with her and TJ being separated. TJ was there to help her deal with her father. I was like, you know, this is a decent way to end an episode of Total Divas. You had relationships, alcoholism, and drug addiction. Well, addiction.